Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Pray all is well. Pray your week has started off great. Pray that you had a great day today. I wanted to give you guys a word that's been on my heart heavy. Been on my heart heavy this morning as I've been reading and meditating in Genesis chapter 27. And it talks about Isaac, Jacob, and Esau. Well, these Jacob and Esau were the sons of Isaac. And it says that as Isaac was approaching death, he knew his time was approaching to leave this earth. And it says that he called his oldest son, Esau, into the room. And he says, son, I want you to go out and I want you to catch some wild game. And when you catch the wild game, I want you to prepare my favorite dish. And when you prepare it, I'm going to bless you. Well, it says while he said this to his oldest son, his wife overheard the conversation, and she told her youngest son, Joseph, to prepare himself because she wanted him to get the blessing. But he was going to have to deceive his father in order to get the blessing because he was going to have to disguise himself as his oldest brother. Because in those times, the oldest brother or the oldest child, the oldest son, always got the father's blessing. Well, it says as Joseph, his mom prepared the food and she sent him into the room. And it says that as he went into the room and he began to deceive his father to steal his brother's blessing, his father didn't realize because he couldn't see very well. And it says that after he fed his father, the father blessed him. Well, after he blessed him, his oldest brother came back to find out that his blessing was no longer his because it had been taken by his brother. Well, guess what? Now Joseph, who has stolen his brother's birthright and his blessing, now he has to run because his brother is so angry at him, so distraught, so frustrated because what was his is now his brother's. Now he has to run because his brother wants to kill him. So what is the message? See, many of us, we go through life and we attempt to use deception in order to get gain for ourselves. Well, guess what? Oftentimes when you do these things, you may not realize it in the moment because you're getting what you want in the moment. But guess what? You will have to pay. You will reap what is due yours. If you continue to go down those stories, he not only has to flee from his brother because his brother now is attempting to kill him. Well, guess what? When he gets to his uncle's house, as you read throughout the next chapters, guess what? His uncle deceives him. He works 7 years for a woman that he wants to marry. 7 years for a woman he wants to marry. Well, on the night that he is supposed to marry her, guess what? His uncle switched up and gave his oldest daughter to him. So then he has to turn around and work another 7 years. So what am I telling you? Oftentimes we attempt to try to deceive people and work things out in our favor and work things out the way that we want to in order to get the outcome that we desire, in order to get the things that we want. Well, guess what? When you deceive, whenever you are deceptive, whenever you do things that are not in the will of God, you will have to pay. You may not pay today, you may not pay tomorrow, but guess what? There are consequences to your deception. So the next time before you go attempt to steal someone's blessing, to steal someone's joy, to bring about things that you want in your life, but doing them in a way that is not godly and not righteous, you will have to pay. They're going to be consequences and you will have to reap. So I just encourage you, before you do anything, stop and think. Before you do anything, stop and think. And I'm not talking about anything I don't know. It's so I can reflect about so many times in my life where I did things that I know were not right, where I did things that to benefit myself, but it had to tear somebody else down in order to get them. I didn't pay in those moments, but I did have to pay at some point in my life. So I'm encouraging you, don't make the same mistakes I made. Don't make the same mistakes others made. Learn from our mistakes. Learn from the mistakes of our forefathers, and don't do things and don't cheat to get ahead. Because guess what? When you cheat to get ahead, you always gonna end up back farther than where you were when you started at. So I love you guys. I love you guys, man. Have a blessed day, man. You can't get ahead by doing the wrong thing. You will not prosper doing the wrong thing. I encourage you guys, man, do the right thing. Do the right thing. It may not seem it's the best way. It may not seem like it's the right way, but I encourage you, as you learn to do the right things, man, God is going to elevate you. He's going to secure you. He's going to show you favor. He's going to show you grace. He's going to show you so many different things in your life as you learn to do the right thing. You don't have to cheat to get ahead. You don't have to cheat to get ahead. Join me tomorrow morning as we focus on point 2. I know you can't see me. I'm looking like a shadow right now. But join me for chapter 2 of this. Have a great message for tomorrow. I love you guys. Have a blessed day.